Hello, and welcome to The Art Will Not Be Changing, the Fugitive Poem Show. We're here with another in a row. Usually this show sort of is like Brigadoon, where it appears and then it disappears, and you never know where it's going to appear again. But we're on a pretty constant stream right now. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m., this is the place to be. I got a bunch of guests booked. We got some really cool people coming up. For example, next Thursday, we will have on the team behind Blood Coven, which is a wild new horror anthology book. And then the week after that, we will have on Devin Whitlock and the Dreamlands anthology. And then the week after that, we will have on Jeff Schiller of the Elf with No Name and Magic Powder series. And there's more beyond that, including the great Phil Russert will be on talking his series Papa. Stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff happening. And boy, do we tonight. I am really excited about the guests that we have on this evening. They've been friends of ours. I'll have to ask them. It's been a while now. We met in a comic shop in Yonkers and have stayed in touch and sort of been working tangentially and moving ourselves up. And man, what a creative team they are. So I can't wait to introduce them. But first, Blood Valkyrie in Vegas, the goriest, the just messiest, nastiest, and sexiest, can't show you those pages, horror one-shot around, pure grindhouse. A young girl goes to a sexy, swinging 1970s party. It turns out to be a satanic blood orgy. She somehow has to survive, and then this thing shows up. With art by Alex Zapata, letters by the great Tom Lynett, who is in the chat. And we also have a cover by James Lines and story by me. Now, if you order this while we are live from 8 to 9 p.m. EST tonight, or maybe I won't notice if it's on a rewatch, a late watch later on this evening, not only will you get this incredible one-shot comic full of all the violent delight and goodness you could want, but you'll also get this incredible Fugitive Poem sticker created by Evan Knapp, who made our sticker with James Line's incredible artwork. Tonight, order this, get this for free, and guys, it is not safe for work. It's not safe for adults. This is a wild comic. We also have available on our website Containment Breach 3 and Containment Breach 4. And the cool thing is that our guests for tonight are in Containment Breach 4 with a story of a wild, marauding washing machine. And with that introduction, let me bring to the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Life on Saturn. Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Awesome. Glad to be here finally.
Well, welcome to the show. We got Tom Lynett saying it's a flippin' sweet cover that is for Blood Valkyrie, as well as Hoot Hoot. I thought I'd say that in the snobbiest way possible. And then we've got my buddy in the chat saying the week after that, we'll have Rob Liefeld. Yes, but you'll have to stay a few feet away. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, so.
Oh, nice.
We've got Monette and Lid Monette. They are the incredible team of Life on Saturn. They are actually based near me, and their house, which I once went in when they weren't home or were perhaps sleeping upstairs. Their house is like this. It's the coolest nerd shrine of sexiness and nerdiness ever. The art is amazing. Lid is a just incredibly good painter, and her paintings are around. There's all this stuff that you've always heard about that's really cool, like that you're into. If you're into nerd stuff, it's an awesome place to be. It's a great place to hang, and that's because they're incredibly cool. And thank you, Brian, for confirming that what I said was not at all creepy. The great Brian Beardsley, who I love working with. Let's see. Dave said, I met the Life on Saturn guys in Woodstock. Is that right?
Oh,
Oh, how cool is that?
Yes, that is one of the places we like to table. Yes. Yay.
Dirty stuff. I love it. All right. All right. So when I am not stalking your house while you're sleeping, you're usually awake in your studio doing incredible work. Tell me a little bit about what brought you guys together and into comics.
Well, high school brought us together, and well, we've been artists our whole life, but we decided to take it seriously in around 2020. We just before 2020, we were submitting stories to Trashburg Comics. It's an anthology in Plattsburgh, New York, up where we're from, and that's where we started. And then right around 2020, the pandemic, we were like, we kind of want to make our own book, publish our own book, and that's when we decided to do Rings of Saturn, our first book. And basically, this anthology. At the time, we had a bunch of our friends that we knew. They all submitted stories, and then Lyd and I we drew and colored each story to fit the writer in different styles and stuff. And that was just to have a first book out. And since then, we've done Fennec and Hunter Duck, and we've been part of countless other anthologies. But yeah, it was really just a local group of comic creators that got us into starting comics, because I always like never finished sketchbooks. I never finished comics growing up, but once I started working with Trashburg, it was the first time I ever finished anything, and then we just like kept doing it, and now I've actually finished something in my brain clicked, and I finished sketchbooks now. I have tons and tons of sketchbooks completed, and you know.
Yeah. All right. So, folks, first of all, James Lyons is in the chat saying hello. Good to see you too. The great James Lyons.
I'm surprised he's not here.
Our friend Omega World Entertainment saying, "What's up?"
Hey, Mark.
Mark Bridges, how you doing, dude? So those of you who haven't had the pleasure, when the first time we met Dom and Lyd, Dom shows up with a sketchbook and he's like, I want to show you guys some of my stuff. And James and I are in the middle of it, signing different things. We're like, yeah, okay, cool. And then Dom opens up this fucking book. And it was completed comics, inked. I mean, it was, what am I looking at in this sketchbook? This should be on a shelf. And we like stop what we were doing. James is like, you deal with the customers, and just pushing me away. And he zeroed in completely on Dom and Lyd's work, Lyd's coloring, and all. But they're in freaking sketchbooks. And luckily, they started putting this stuff printing. They've got quite the empire, the tabling empire now. In fact, I'm such a fan. I'm going to do something I never do and move my camera. You can see the bee on my wall there.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I love it.
Gatsby.
And in my son's room is the Mighty Morphin Stormtroopers. My favorite thing that I did was, my wife has this frame with different pictures of family members. There was an empty spot, and I one day snuck your Last Airbender foot portrait in there. And it took her about 2 weeks to notice that he was now a member of her family.
That's awesome.
So we're fans. We're big fans.
I appreciate it. That day when we showed you the 11 by 17 books. It was just Lyd and I moved to the Bronx when her grandma passed away, and we got this house. And it's not easy to make friends in the city when you're used to living up north, where everyone has a routine. You know where to find people. In the city, it's just like, I'm not going to see the same face every day somewhere. But I was like, yes, I can, because I'm a nerd, and comic book nerds go to the shop every Wednesday. So I was like, I got to find the closest comic shop, which is conveniently only Yonkers. Like, it's more convenient for us to go to Yonkers than to travel through the city. And I talked to Andrew before I was really friends with Andrew or anything, and they were telling me that there was a group of people called Fugitive Poems who get artists together, and I was like, I gotta meet some people. I gotta work with someone. I gotta get into this loop of people.
Andrew is an incredible dude. Also, he put out a book called "Holy Shit, They're Killing People," which
Yes.
It's great. It was an incredible read, a lot of fun. So thank you. James says he still remembers that, and our friend Rich says, "Wow, you guys look so young. Can't believe you were at Woodstock."
Son of a...
when you slip and slide in the mud that much, it keeps your skin young.
You know,
So you go ahead.
I was gonna say, because Woodstock got brought up a couple times. Like last year in 2025, Lyd and I started our year. Just we were like, we need to get out there more, get more people seeing our faces, and we just went on the journey to like table it as many places as we can, and we documented the whole thing. And like we have a bunch of YouTube videos on our channel of all the places we tabled and our experience. And Woodstock is one of those places. Like I will tell artists like what we learned from our journey and documenting everything on YouTube and hearing all the interviews from artists saying the same thing is like, yeah, big conventions are just not it. When you have to compete with famous people and famous artists, and here you are in the middle of a bunch of fan bases, you should really either like hone in on your audience and find a convention that is more like just a horror convention and you just show your horror stuff, or find like more isolated nerd topics and hone in on that, or go to stuff like flea markets. Like that's where they saw us in Woodstock. The Woodstock flea market is awesome. That place is full of artists. We were the only comic artists there, so that's why we did well, but there's people who make instruments out of bones and just like all kinds of stuff. That place is awesome. Highly recommend it.
You know what? You've mentioned it before, and we got to find our way up there. Brian Beardsley is saying it was the brown pot keeping you young, and it's Tom saying, well, it was a bummer, man. So we got a lot of Woodstock reminiscing from several people who I know for a fact were not at Woodstock.
Yeah, there's a word for that. There's this because with living in the 2020s, we're here with like this nostalgic era, so nostalgic that there's a word called anomia or something like that, and it's when you have nostalgia for something that you weren't part of.
I don't know that. Oh, we got to find that.
Yeah, it's a fun word.
Yeah, absolutely. Have nostalgia for something you weren't part of. Yeah. It's like all the goth kids when I was growing up that were aching for the romanticist poets like Lord Byron and Percy B. Shelley in that time period.
Or when I walk into a Hot Topic and Spencer's today, and it's like a shell of what it used to be of metalheads and emo kids, and it's just people wearing a costume of nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. I did, however, recently find, so I've gone into Hot Topic in years. My kids, they don't know a mall from anything because who goes to a mall? So we took them to the Palisades Mall. They gravitated it's unbelievable. It's a kid magnet, just like when I was young, into the Hot Topic. And next thing I knew, I was back in a Hot Topic, and I was still finding crap. I was into it. I got the coolest Alien T-shirt I've ever seen. So, and then the kid, my little boy got a Gorillaz T-shirt because he loves that band. It's still kind of cool and sad all at the same time. Let's see. Well, first of all, Tom Lynott thinks he may have been conceived at Woodstock.
Fair.
I wonder how many participants were involved. Anemoia is a term coined by John Koenig, the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, referring to a profound, often bittersweet nostalgia for a time or place one has never personally experienced. Thank you, Tom Lynott.
Yeah, beautiful.
So you guys put out a book. You did what we talked about. You got together. Dom, you do the art, pencils and inks, right?
Yep.
And Lyd, you do the colors, and you both do letters alternately. Am I right about that?
Mm-hmm. Technically, I did my best handwriting one time, and then she turned it into a font.
Yeah, but you do like sound effects, like handwritten.
Onomatopoeia. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, James will do that where he'll draw it into the actual panel as well. All right. So one of the things, and I'm going to show something in a minute. One of the things that you put out. So you started putting out. You put out Life on Saturn book, and you start putting out more and more and more, and just beautiful artwork. And it led to there was 5 issues of Fennec that led to a book, graphic novel collection, trade collection. Tell me about Fennec, because that knocked me on my ass. I loved Fennec.
Yeah, Fennec is how we got introduced to lesser known comics. They were having an anthology contest where they were just taking submissions, and so I wrote a 10-page story called Fennec because I'm really into tokusatsu, which is
Please say what
anything.
that is.
Tokusatsu is a genre of basically anything henshin hero, like Power Rangers, and anything kaiju, like Godzilla. Um, it originally meant, special effects. It's a Japanese word, but it just became a genre after a while because, nothing else looks like tokusatsu. But I wanted to make my own tribute to kaiju and henshin heroes, so I made Fennec, and I've never had this happen before, but their anthology had like top 3 winners of the anthology. So a bunch of people made it, but there was like 3 people who got like best story in the book, and it came with a printing credit for Comics Wellspring, and we were one of the stories. So I was like, I felt really good about that. So I decided to make Fennec a full comic, like add more pages, and I did that, and then I made 5 issues and put them in this book. And so the cool thing about Fennec is it starts off where I'm just an indie artist, indie writer. I don't know shit about writing. I've spent the last like 5-6 years like studying writing because I want to be an indie artist, but I don't want to keep putting out books that are written like I'm indie, because that's the one thing about indie creators that I feel like they need to jump on is learn your 3-act structures and learn writing techniques. That's important. It's not meant to limit you. It's supposed to give you tools to the universe. And so don't use news clips like news anchors to get a bunch of exposition dump out. Just like
It's funny to hear you say that because it's the opposite of my journey. Tom is in favor of everything you're saying. And Rich, again, with the helpful points. I miss you, Rich, by the way. They have plenty of assorted jellies at Hot Topic, but don't eat it. My favorite life on Saturn is undoubtedly Hunter Duck. Will there be a sequel to that series soon?
Oh my god, yes. So Hunter Duck is definitely in the future. I will get to that though.
So I'm a writer. I grew up on comic books and wanted to be a comic book artist, and then suddenly discovered I had 0 talent. So I switched over to writing, and the weird thing is I didn't try and write comics. I started writing short stories and novels and all this stuff. And one day a friend got me to write a comic, and that's that's where it goes from there. But the point is that I knew how to tell a story, but I had no idea how to do it visually. So I was like writing every little thing out, and I had to keep. And James, was wonderful that I got to come up writing with James coming up drawing comics, which he had never drawn that format before. And he'd keep saying, "Yeah, you don't need to say this. I'm going to show it. You don't need to have that in the dialogue. I'm going to show it. You don't need." I was like, right. So you're figuring out. You're learning the writing structure. I'm learning the art structure, and it is just a whole different thing. Stephen Betcha, the man, the legend, the writer behind Dirty Living. Folks, go to Dirty Living. Go to fugitivepoems.com right now. Subscribe for only $2.99 to Dirty Living and get 5 of the craziest, dirtiest, filthiest, most violent, and freaking darkly funny supernatural noirs that you've ever read. Right now, fugitivepoems.com. And I'll tell you what, if you subscribe right now, I will reach out to you, get your address, sneak into your house while you're sleeping, and bring you this. No, that's wrong. I will mail you a physical sticker if you subscribe right now. Yet Stephen and I have talked about this, going through that journey. Rich says he misses me too. And I miss him. So you got Fennec out there. You winning awards for it. And you guys keep putting out more and more stuff. You've got two things I want to ask about that I just saw on your site. Of course, I had to zero in on the Gatsby here because I freaking love Gatsby.
Yeah, Gatsby is one of these stories in Rings of Saturn, book 1, and chapter 2 of that will be in Rings of Saturn, book 2.
Look at this. So much fun. Just terrific. A little dirty if I look at that right.
Yeah, Gatsby is written by, well, what does he go by? I mean, I know his real name, but I believe the writer name is Daniel James. And when I worked at the Coffee Cat in Plattsburgh, he used to come in, and we used to just, bullshit about a lot of different old artists and writers and what he liked about it. So I was like, all right, people who are really opinionated about writers sometimes write really good stuff. So I was right. I mean, he made a fun story.
Well, I dig the hell out of it. I love the art on it. It's got such an energetic style. But the other thing that caught my attention here that I'd like to know more about is what is dead weight? We'll talk about Mana Kingdom because our friend Mark is here in a minute, but I'd love to know about dead weight.
Okay, so Dead Weight is a story that I submitted to an anthology that I don't think it's happening anymore. So one of my future plans is to work on book 2 of Rings of Saturn, our second anthology, and book 2 is slightly different. Book 1 was just, it was our first book. We just wanted a bunch of friends who wrote stuff to submit things. Book 2 is a series of stories that have been unpublished, and I have a lot. I draw a lot, and there's like 12 to 13 stories just lingering in my stuff that from as far back as 2020 that I've never published, and they're written by different friends of mine, and so I just want to put out Rings of Saturn book 2 and have all these stories officially out there published, and I can start like a new chapter of my comic journey. And Dead Weight is one of those. It was like a 4 or 5 page story I submitted to a horror anthology, and I still have never really heard much back from the people who are doing it, so I'm just throwing it in my book. And Sarah Cook, she's a writer that we've worked with several times. She really likes that story, so she's actually going to be writing Dead Weight as a full comic that I'll be working on this year.
Sarah Cook is incredibly talented. What was the anthology that she put out this year? I got it, and I can't remember the name of it.
Faster Than Light. So
Sci-fi family stories, right?
Yes. So Sarah had me draw the cover of Faster Than Light book 1, and I also submitted a story that Patrick Hayes wrote. And
here he is, the great Patrick Hayes, who I absolutely love. Oh man, the Spider's Web meeting happening here. I'm missing you guys.
So Patrick Hayes wrote a story. It came out really cool, and I did the cover, and then that was all I was supposed to do for Faster Than Light. But then a writer named Brittany Matter, she really liked.
Oh, Brittany!
Yes,
Brittany.
Brittany liked the Kickstarter art that I did for Sarah to promote her thing. So she took the Kickstarter art that I did and made her story out of it. And then I ended up having a story in the second book as well. And I also did this cover for the second book.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. I love you. I love your art every time. So you're in Containment Breach Volume 4 with Brittany.
Yes.
Because Brittany wrote the story that Jack Van Tome illustrated, Uprooted. And your story, you and Lyd, is with the evil villain Mark, thanks to our editor. The writer was so pissed at Mark's editing that he made the idiot's name Mark. Sorry.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. In the original script, the guy's name was not Mark. And Mark made him rework it a couple of times, and in the next draft he goes, when did this guy's name change to Mark? He's honored. He thinks the moron idiot character in the story who puts his daughter in a washing machine, his name is now Mark. So you're in this book with Brittany Matter, and our friend Patrick Hayes is in volume 3 with this incredible story.
It's all connected. It's a small
world. Oh, we have been honored to get you guys involved in our books because we love it. This was drawn by Chase Bishop, and Patrick wrote that. And Patrick is the one that wrote Holy Shit, They're Killing People, which you should get your hands on.
We also worked with Patrick Hayes again last year, at the end of last year. I went to Indie Comics Creator Con, and I met Jim Rugg, and I bought one of his zines, and I was really inspired by it because it was called Rambo 2.5, like it just takes place in between Rambo 2 and 3, and it's just regular zine, a regular story he wrote, like satirical, has Bush in it, but there was a panel or two where instead of drawing Rambo, they used the old action figure of Rambo and just put that in there. And I just thought that was so funny. It was a great idea. So like I took Rich Dubeck, he gave me his RoboCop toy, and I took a bunch of pictures, and Patrick Hayes wrote a RoboCop story called Artificial Sin, and I drew the whole thing, but every time you see RoboCop, he's a toy.
Love it. This reminds me of Toy Fair and Robot Chicken. Hold on 1 second. We're live, honey. I'm live on the show. You want to say hi?
Hello.
We're talking things that are not appropriate for you. That's Dom and that's Lyd. And you are live. Yes. Baby girl. Yeah.
I got a Dunkin' doll. I got a Dunkin' gift card from the raffle.
Very cool, baby. Hey, I'll come kiss you goodnight later, okay? Can you close the door?
Anything.
That's my little Ariel, my youngest, my little girl. She doesn't take any crap from anybody. Steven says, don't piss people off. They'll write you into their stories as the bad guy. Rich says, got Bush. No, but you've got RoboCop. And we've got, dang, a Mark as a villain. That's right.
Yes, and that RoboCop story was also featured in a zine called Gag, made by Max Flowers.
Oh, yeah. Why do I know that name? Isn't he connected to lesser-known comics?
Yep.
Yes.
Rat brain zines.
Rat brain zines.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Got it. Congrats on the gift card. I'll tell her later. So all right. So you got Fennec out there. You've got all these other projects in the works, but you sent me some really cool stuff. Tell me about Riley Zombie.
So those are the character sketches for Dead Weight, actually.
That is Dead Weight.
Yes. So Riley is a ghost, and she's in a zombie apocalypse, and so she can't find the person who killed her at her own speed as a detective because her ghost is still attached to her zombie body, and so that's what that story is about.
Oh my goodness, that is a really cool concept.
Oh, thanks. I have this legendary binder I always tell people about where it's just crammed with ideas that I come up with so many ideas every single day. I write them on a piece of paper, I shove them in this binder, and then every once in a while I'll pull something out. So for this anthology, a horror anthology, I had no ideas, and I reached into my binder and I pulled out a piece of paper that said a zombie ghost story. And I just did it, yeah.
Our friend Brian Beardsley says, cool concept. Stephen Betcha, that's trippy. Stephen Betcha and Brian Beardsley are both fellow fugitives. Brian is drawing a story called Death Cherry by Mark Capitelli right now, our senior editor and writer. And it's coming out absolutely amazing. And he just did a story for me for his own series, Weird Stories. Brian, if that's in the, if there's a website where you can buy your Weird Stories issues, throw that in the chat.
Death Cherries, Dirty Living. These are good titles.
We figure if anything goes wrong, we can pivot to pornography.
Dirty Living. That's exactly when you're like, you could pay $2.99 for Dirty Living. I thought that's exactly what I thought.
Yep. Well, we're just trying to make sure we have all our options. I almost put this one on the ad, but I wanted to save this for the show.
This is the zombie body she's attached to. And Sarah Cook likes the story. She sent me her outlines. It's really cool. I'm really excited to work on this with her.
So this idea, she is a consciousness that's stuck to a body that's doing its own thing. Is that the concept?
Yeah, so I mean, I figured there'd be a lot of metaphor for some ADD there. You know, the zombie's only interested in eating food, so the ghost has to find ways to trick the zombie into focusing so that she can focus on solving her murder, you know?
Oh, wow. What a cool concept. Driving a, well, I guess the future with all the all the cars being computers right now, it's like someone hacked your car and you're trying to get control over it again.
That's great.
Trying to control this body. I love it. I'm so taken, as always, with the art. Now the coloring here, Lyd, is this you?
Nope, it's all.
Nope, that's marker.
Oh, okay.
So what happened last year that made things tough was almost this time last year, the end of March.
April.
It was April. Lydia's brother passed away, which really changed our life because he also employed Lyd. You know, he was her boss, and he paid her enough to also help us keep the comic dream going. So when that happened, we almost thought that we had to stop a lot of stuff, comics, and move, and who knows, like our life was like up in the air. We
You
weren't.
moved.
No, we thought about it. We
Oh.
almost had to. Recently, she got a job as a framing manager at Michael's of the framing
Okay.
department. And so I'm doing Life on Saturn all by myself. So I have to pick up a lot of the coloring. I'm going to have to learn a lot of the stuff that she did on the programs. So I've got a lot of work cut out for me as part of the process. But we're getting back on track, you know, this year.
So, Lyd, you're not coloring right now?
Hardly at all. I am working on a project for another anthology series that you haven't mentioned, but
Which one?
I'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I'm slow. I'm working on that, but even that, like Dom has taken over the bulk of the color again. He's just letting me do one. I say letting me do one character. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just hard.
Yeah, she doesn't have the time. So like the current story we're working on for another anthology, I'm coloring like most of the story, but the main character I'm letting Lyd color, and it stands out. It really pops.
Yeah,
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I could pull colors from like what he's doing natively, or I could just pick colors, and I already had color scheme in mind. So seeing it on the computer is very interesting. So I wonder how it's going to print. Because honestly, a lot of our projects where like he takes on coloring because like to speed me up or speed up our project, whatever. When we see them at the end result together, like somehow the digital coloring and his physical marker coloring, they just fit together. I don't know.
Yeah, it actually it works.
Happens in Fennec a lot.
Fennec. So in Fennec, Lydia colored the first 4 chapters, but chapter 5, she was busy with something, and I colored the entire 5th chapter. If you look through that, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, that's such a striking book. Where can people, you know, I think about Fennec all the time since I read it. And the thing is, and this is true of a lot of what you do, my sensibilities, my interests, I'm very interested in noir and horror and whatnot. I'm not going to say it right, Takagawa?
Tokusatsu.
Tokusatsu. Who knows what I just said? I probably insulted the
Hey, what's the name?
That style, kaiju, is on my periphery. It's never been a huge focus for me. It's not something I seek out. Now I got kids and they're getting me into stuff that I was never really into, but I watch it with them. You know, you guys put something out like Fennec, which I if someone told me what it was about, just basically, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds cool. It's not my thing. I shot through that book. I loved it. I had such a great time. You have such a unique approach to your concepts that the books just thrum with life. And I got to say this about Lyd, and I'm put my condolences. I remember what happened with your brother. That was horrendous, and I am sorry. And I can only imagine what that did. I remember being when I dropped off the containment breaches for you, and Lyd, you showed me what you were doing coloring. That you'd had to learn a whole new computer program and concept, and you were rocking it. You were showing me this different. You're working on like 8 things at once. I just want people to know that you are an absolute beast when it comes to this. And then from the computer, I look over at the wall, and there was this beautiful painting of these 3 women. That I mean, it just the empathy and emotion coming out of it was gorgeous. So just the 2 of you, what an incredibly talented couple. And Lyd, I hope you're able to get back into the coloring and more soon. Let's say we got some comments going on there. James reminded me not to forget about Stripper Clip Sally, another one of our books. Say Stripper versus Alien story.
Oh my God,
Rick
it's
says,
epic.
I love the art style you chose for this one. Looks perfect for the story. Brian said that's great, like an undead tank girl. Yes.
Interesting.
Alexander Washburn says, hey,
Hey.
thank you for letting me get to say that. Toku Satso, thank you for sounding it out, Tom, for me. And then the real word.
Oh yeah, shout out to our buddy Alex who jumped into. He has a cool story called Emerald Soda.
Oh, and that reminds me. Tell me about. Well, all right, two things. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. There's so much on my mind here. Where can people buy Fennec?
On our website.
Yeah, you can go to
Right there, right?
you can go to lifeonsaturnart.com. I don't know if there's a buy section, but you could definitely message us.
No, it's in the shop. It should be in the shop.
Oh, okay, it's in the shop. Yeah.
All right, let's get over there and take a look because I want people to see this. So we go over to Life on Saturn. Right at the top, we see something about Fennec. We got a video about Fennec, and we go over to shop, and here it is.
Yeah, right at the top.
Yep. So you can buy Fennec right here, the issues or the book. And that also leads us over to Mana Kingdoms. And I happen to know the writer behind that. Tell me a little bit about it.
I'm actually going to take that down because I don't think I have any more copies.
Oh.
Forget what you see here. No, but I actually wanted to bring up Monette Kingdoms because book 2 is something that we did last year. One of our few accomplishments last year because we didn't do too much. But book 2 of Monette Kingdoms where Lyd and I actually both had to color this. This is another example of both of our coloring. Yes, and I believe Mark is currently writing book 3 of Monette Kingdoms.
Mark is a great dude. I was so glad that you guys are working together.
Yeah, we met him at the same comic shop that we met you. Same reason, just tabling there because they were a nice shop who would let us table. You know. R.I.P. Spider's Web.
The Spider, right. Oh my gosh, what a great place. So, tell me about this. To the Streets.
So, To the Streets is one of the Fast
and the Furious sequel.
Actually, I think there's a book over there.
Do we keep a copy?
Yeah. So To the Streets is a current commission that we have. It's a couple of guys named Isaiah and Audio. Is that how you say that? Audio, and they're a comedic duo in Brooklyn. We met them at a coffee shop. Actually, last year we met them at Comics and Caffeine, and Comics and Caffeine Part 2 is happening this weekend, the last day of the month, and we'll be there. But so To the Streets, they're both stand-up comedians, and they have a podcast on YouTube, which is also, I believe it's called To the Streets, and they wanted us to do a comic book of to represent the journey that they go through in the podcast, their characters.
I'm right that's a dolphin beast. Am I right?
Yes. They wanted a buff dolphin, and I was like, street sharks. All right, I hear you. Say less.
L Train Prod. Life on Saturn rules. Thanks for the shout out from To the Streets.
Oh wow!
I didn't know they were here. Yeah, and they'll be getting the book into Forbidden Planet, Desert. Shoot, what's that place called?
In Brooklyn,
Desert Island Comics, something like that.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll say in the comments. I'm sure.
Well,
but they will also be at Comics and Caffeine too.
I've got to check out Comics and Caffeine. I did not know about that. That sounds great. So there.
Yeah, it's at a place called Caffeine Underground. Really cool place. You should definitely check that out.
So Two for the Streets is based on L Train saying Desert Island Comics, which is an interesting question. If you were on a desert island that can only have one comic, what would it be? I suppose that's the name behind the idea behind the store. What do you think? You can only have one comic. What would it be?
I already know it's going to be like the Crow, the complete collection of the Crow, because I'm going to get a good story, good inks. I'm going to get poetry. I'm going to get everything that inspires me as a creator.
My instant answer is From Hell, but I think it might make me kill myself because it's so heavy to read over and over again. But it's my favorite book. Lyd, what about you?
You know,
You need more
I
time?
don't know.
What about the flower when you were reading the other year?
The flower that's her second series. And then there's the one that Rich got me. But I feel so ill prepared for this question.
I was not prepared for it
Chat.
either. I just couldn't stop my own mouth. Folks in the chat, what would your desert island comic be? We've got Canker by Matt Allison.
Oh, I
Tom
love that
Williams.
book. Oh my God, it's such a good book. I'm glad someone
There you
brought it
go.
up.
Tom got me into I'm blanking on his name. He did Fat Cop and Tom, what's the guy's name that did Fat Cop? Kenneth Fontano is here, man. Kenneth Fontano. He says Preacher. Brian Beardsley says Ronin. Great choice.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh man, R.I.P. to the Ronin movie that was coming out, the original April O'Neil. Damn.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Hold on. Let's see what we got. What's will be? Always already in there and available. What's that? Akira. Great choice.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you got to go for a collection. If you're going to be on a desert island, you want the biggest fucking book, like Bone. Like you want the biggest fucking omnibus collection you can get because you're going to have a lot of time. How to Survive and Escape a Desert Island, a comic. And L Train possibly annoyed with all of us because no one suggested to the stream.
That's why I couldn't answer. I knew this would be a better answer.
Yeah, all right.
Somewhere.
That's good. That's good.
Prison Pit by Johnny Ryan. That would keep. Do you guys know Johnny Ryan?
No.
Tom Lynott introduced me. You got to check out Prison Pit. It is just insanely wild. A number of death by penis moments, plus all kinds of other things. It is hysterical and weird.
All right, I wrote it down.
Brian, isn't that Gilligan's Island? Mark is cheating by bringing the entire collection of X-Men. All right, this comment has got it, people. Going. All right, so you got To the Streets coming out. You got Fennec out. You got Life on Saturn 2 coming out. Is Life on Saturn 1 available on the website?
Yeah, Rings of Saturn is still available.
Rings on Saturn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Also, we this is going through things that happened last year. We mentioned Faster Than Light. The last thing we published last year was this little zine called Kaiju Canvas, which is just like a little book that we print from our printer, full of like a bunch of like Godzilla and Kaiju art. I've done tokusatsu themed things, and it's actually, I should just pick it out. It's one of our best sellers. So like people who do like Inktober and stuff like that, don't just make comics, make art books. People like art books.
Oh man, beautiful.
All these pictures are just done with like pen and marker. Things I've done for different Inktober events.
Great.
But yeah, that was that. And then as far as more current projects we're working on, we have a friend named Michael Patron. He's commissioning us to do currently one story, but eventually another one. But he has this thing called Combat in the Grid. It's a fan creation of Mortal Kombat and Power Rangers, and he created suits for when the Mortal Kombat ninjas become Power Rangers, and I believe copyrighted those suits, because you can't copyright Power Rangers or Mortal Kombat, but you can copyright your original like suits. And he's been making like short films and stuff like that for this for a long time, but he's currently paying us to draw that as a comic. And then he also has an original character called Borinja. Is that what it's called? Yeah, as a Barikua ninja. And yeah, it was a pretty good idea. And aside from that, yeah, so book 2 of Rings of Saturn is, we have a lot of writers, because like I said, they're unpublished stories from as far back as 2020. So we've got our friends Catalyst Jost, Raziel Brito, we got Mark Bridge, Sarah Cook, Adam Matthew Smith, Daniel James, Rich Jubeck, Patrick Hayes, and me. Those are all the writers.
Oh, that's so cool. That sounds like it's going to be a big book. James chimed in with that Godzilla is sick. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are talking a lot about projects you've been hired for. What you're taking a lot of commissions, I'm gathering.
I try to.
How do people get in touch with you?
You have to make yourself known. You have to get out of the house and and like again, like Mark, who continuously commissions us. We met him at the comic shop. We meet people when we table at different events, like the Streets guys. We met them at the coffee shop Caffeine Underground. And you just got to keep tabling at different places. You have to meet people. There's still a huge importance of meeting people face to face.
It's I don't know about other artists. Maybe other artists have an easier time just with an online digital presence, but we have better success like when we go out physically and interact with people in person, like in real life.
You got to work it. Being a comic artist is just a gig economy. No one's knocking down our doors for Life on Saturn Comics. We have to go out there and look for people who want stuff made, you know.
So James, by the way, said Barriqua Ninja should be a frog.
I think it is actually.
There you go. Rich says leaving my house is a deal breaker. And Brian, I'm out of the house. Can you see me in Tacoma? All right, but you're on the show right now, and people are going to be watching this. We got a bunch of people watching right now, and our shows actually get a lot of views afterwards, which is pretty cool. I'm watching the show. I'm seeing your ridiculous art. It's so good. How do I get in touch with you right now? Do I just reach out through Instagram or?
At the moment, the best place is Life on Saturn Comics on Instagram.
Or you could send a contact form through our website. It'll go to our listed Gmail account. There is lifeonsaturnart@gmail.com. So you can either email us directly through there, or like I said, hit contact us on our website, lifeonsaturnart.com.
Lifeonsaturncomics.com. Oh, wait, did you say art or comics?
Art.
Lifeonsaturnart.com. It's the only thing that's. I went through like all of our social media a long time ago, and I made it all Life on Saturn Comics for this reason, so that it's Life on Saturn Comics on all social media. But then there's still our website, which is lifeonsaturnart.com.
If they'll let me buy Life on Saturn Comics this year, is it taken? We'll see.
Well, this is the Instagram, folks. Life on Saturn Comics. I am consistently awed by the products that you guys put out. The imagination, the spirit, and the energy in the lines. I mean, that's one of the things. So Dom, I'm guessing that you picked up a pen, like maybe you reached out of the womb and picked up a pen.
Yeah.
Is that your story? How did you get into drawing at this level? Like, where did you start?
I guess due to ADD, daydreaming, whatever, I've always been kind of like a slacker, you know, like I've always, so since I was a kid, you know, to escape your environment, whatever, you like get into art. And so I was always drawing. I started off tracing. I had a Garfield and a Dragon Ball Z coloring book, and I used to trace those two books all the time until I eventually was able to copy them without tracing. And I don't know, from there, I just was drawing all the time, escaping my environment, honing in on comics and drawing comics. But I, you know, never putting my full potential into it until 2020, when we're like, let's actually make a comic. And I was like, I'm actually going to try hard this time. And then ever since then, I've just been leveling up in drawing. I just had to decide I wanted to try hard at it.
But the thing is, your mind is not just for the art. You're also coming up. You draw a person. You got their story. You are a storyteller, and that's an incredible thing. I mean, there are people that can draw. There are people that can just write. But you draw these characters, and they become three-dimensional to you. You start coming up with the concepts of what their story is as well. Have you always done that also?
No, I I love when people ask me like what I intended with the stuff that I drew, because it's all ambiguous on purpose. I put little thought into a lot of things.
He's not giving himself enough credit. He understands people and emotions with psychological depth and precision. But he's,
I try to.
yeah.
They're
very good.
emotive and empathetic, the characters. And Lid, I find that in your artwork as well. Lid, tell me about what type of art, because you do many things, did you gravitate toward first? What was your starting point?
Oh, well, I liked painting a lot, and I feel like a lot of people, especially when I got older into high school, pushed me to be a painter, because you always gravitate towards what people praise you for. So when people saw my paintings, they're like, "Oh, you're really good at this." It's like, "Oh, let me focus on that." And in college, I had a bunch of computer classes, and I think when I got into my early adult working years, I just naturally fell into the graphics field. So I shifted more towards liking graphics, and I don't know, for some reason my painting, some people's painting does really well on social media, but cartoons and my digital paintings would get more traction on like a platform like TikTok, I find. So I started making lots of sticker art. So it ended up being that I do comic art with the occasional painting once or twice a year, and then I mostly make sticker art.
Well, then it's just like she's just really smart. Like everything we need to know, she learns how to do it, how to make stickers, how to make comics, make prints, make mouse pads, make clothes, make.
Oh yeah, I got into sublimation.
Oh yeah,
little yarn stuffy things.
Oh, felting.
Felting, I do that too. Roving.
I know there's anytime. So folks, whenever we table with them at a con or something, their spread is just bigger and bigger until it's like a store. It's not just one item. There's all kinds of shit there. And the answer to where did this come from is always Lid. It's like, oh, you guys are doing beer steins shaped like Pokemon now? Where did that come from? Lid. I learned how to blow glass last night and made 14 beer steins. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, she's super smart. It's always helped our flexible artistic interests, like, because we don't just do art. We also did skits and short films and music videos. She would learn the filming program. She learned how to work the camera, and then taught it all to me. And then we also are musicians. We both play several instruments, and we wanted to record our own music instead of relying on studios. So, because people with recording equipment can be very annoying. So we decided to get our own equipment. She learned all the programs, taught it to me. And it's that pattern constantly. She learns things, she teaches it to me. And yeah.
Yeah, when he says taught him the music program, I did not teach him audio production for any audio files out there.
She helps break it down to me, and then I explore further. But I'm just really bad at jumping into a new program. My brain doesn't want to until she digests it for me first, and then that's why I still draw with paper and pen.
Lid, by the way, you've got a new job tonight. I've cursed you. Wait, the beer stein is not on the shop, so you have to learn how to make a Pokemon-shaped glass beer stein by tonight.
Okay, I may know a guy. We'll see.
You guys, first of all, I've been around. I've been alive for 973,000 years. But since I got into comics, I've met so many fascinating people at the cons and people that do all kinds of different stuff. And I can absolutely say I've never met anyone like the two of you with the depth and breadth of knowledge that you have, talent, ability, curiosity, and follow through. And the fact that you are so adept at picking up on stuff and that you want to learn, I think of you guys, and I think two things. One, you're Renaissance people. And two, if you were alive in the Renaissance era, at least back then, you'd have a patron.
Yes. Agreed.
So back when people appreciated shit,
Yes.
Before we end, I want to show this. We started the show talking about Rob Liefeld, and I'm going to show an image that Dom drew that Rob, a creature that Rob Liefeld couldn't draw because it entails putting a very detailed foot in the picture.
Yes, I can draw
What
all the
the
feet.
hell is that? It's amazing.
Yeah, so
Rich said you're both incredibly creative. You're sharpshooters toward whatever you focus on. You're imaginary. Wow, Rich, you just broke my brain. Imaginative energies. And Alex said you're both incredible with a heart. And then we've got you would have been burned at the stake as witches. All right, that's actually funny for the actor. So what is this? What is this guy?
Okay, one of the last projects to talk about that I'm currently working on is when Lyd and I went to Super Jersey Con with Mark. We ended up meeting Michelle Abinader and Heather Antos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
And they were tabling. Yeah, they were tabling together, and you know, they were just such a good energy. And I went back to our table and I told Lyd. I mean, you know, this was shortly after Lyd's brother had passed, and I was just like, look, I know how you feel, but you got to go talk to these two women. They're awesome.
Give up.
They might really inspire you. And then, you know, and Lyd connected with them really well. And Michelle said that they had an anthology coming up and wanted us to submit something. And so we submitted a story, and
it was actually a witch anthology.
A witch anthology, and we didn't make it. We didn't make it. You know, like I said, I have all these stories of, you know, that didn't make it, which is why I'm doing books 2 of Rings of Saturn. But we figured out we'll never hear from Michelle again. And then a couple months later, Michelle got a hold of us for another anthology they're doing. I don't know if I can talk about it too much, but the story we're doing is we had to write a horror story about heaven, which that's tough. And this creature is one of the creatures in heaven. I won't tell you why, but yeah. So that's
you put this on the Discord. The script.
Yes, actually, you might have read the script.
It was badass. I loved it. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I love the concept. Yeah. So James says that you should sell this one to a podiatrist.
I agree.
The follow-up to the "you would have been burned at the stake as witches" is that you might also have ruled the world. Brian says, then my man Ken Fontano said, "You two sound like my wife and I. She knows everything. I know nothing."
Fair.
Guys, I am so glad we had you on. When the next project that you want to get out there, anytime you want to talk cool new shit you got going, please come on the show.
We'll be back on the show for Hunter Duck.
And absolutely. And James says we have lots of room in Folklore for the Uninsured for that orphaned work. So we currently have it. We've got distribution in comic shops now, and we have a new series out called Folklore for the Uninsured. Folks, you can order issue 2 right now through Filbo Distribution. Go to your comic shop, and if they are not ordering from Filbo, tell them to get on that and get Folklore for the Uninsured. It is an anthology collection, sort of in that heavy metal batshit vibe. And we're looking for crazy ass work, just wild stuff. So you guys always reach out to us, and we've got this comic in comic shops distributed across the country. So we'd love to have you. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, James. L Train Pod says both are goated. Super awesome to work with. Highly recommend reading their comics, especially we got a lot of love here for Hunter Duck. James says that we need to hang out soon. Absolutely. You know what we should do is whatever the hell Spider's Web is now, like it's a dental supply store. I have no idea what it is. We should break in one night and hang out and just put comic shit all over the place.
Yeah, it's a cannabis spot, so that's where you want to break in. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, so it's ready for a hang, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You guys want to put up pictures? That's cool.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, guys, anything that you want to shout out before we end?
We're going to be at Comics and Caffeine 2, the last day of this month, the 28th at Comics and Caffeine. I don't remember what time it starts, but be there.
At Caffeine Underground.
Oh, my bad. Caffeine Underground. What'd I say?
Comics and Caffeine.
Whatever.
Website weed now.
Yeah, this event is put on by Mindy Indie. She's a fun indie creator who puts on a lot of events lately, and definitely look out for that name. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, hey guys, I missed you, so this was awesome.
Thank you.
So
We
glad
miss you
got
too.
to talk. Thank you for coming on. See, there she goes again. Get it said.
Yeah, I'm done.
The comics you will weave at the weed shop. So good to see you too, James says. Absolutely. Anything you guys got going on, the next thing you got happening, and please reach out to me if you have a story you'd want to get out there in comic shops. We'd love to have it in Folklore for the Uninsured. We're putting a lot of crazy stuff in there, so let us know. And if you need a writer at any point, I would write anything for you guys. I'd be honored to do it.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Life on Saturn Comics. Go to @Life on Saturn Comics on Instagram. Scroll through. Watch it. There's the thing. Dom is always whipping out his thing. You never have him on the show. And it'll grab you, which is terrifying. Go to their website, lifeonsaturnart.com. Go to Life on Saturn Comics at Instagram. You're going to get stuck in the scroll. You want to see all the incredible stuff that they put out. Check out their work. Order Fennec. It's so good. Order Hunter Duck. It's so good. Look, amazing stuff. Get your copy of Rings of Saturn. Get your Gatsby, which I can't get enough of. Really incredible stuff. And on the website, you can get the felting stuff that Lid's been doing as well. It's beautiful, really cool pieces that she's putting together. Guys, these guys.
I actually do have a couple styles on there.
Oh, let's see. Here, let me give you the screen.
I try to reach for it. I know it's right here.
Are we about to lose her?
Yeah, so I don't know who owns Cartoon Network right now.
Netflix.
But some of the creators who worked on Courage the Cowardly Dog actually have seen my felts, and they saw the charms, and I got their blessing. So I've been making these felted courages.
Yes, specifically the guy who made the Courage eggplant design. We got to meet him at a convention recently. But yeah,
Name's Kevin, right?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But yeah, Lid makes everything. She even makes these packaged things to make everything look official.
I asked you guys about stickers, and you were like jigsaw puzzling the carving of them. Yeah, you actually made the amazing, absolutely incredible. And Alex Mander says, "Dawes, so cute." Paramount does now. Netflix dropped out. Mark Bridges told us.
Oh, interesting.
I'm Paramount, though. I'm sorry.
And Netflix will get it back anyway. Guys, thank you so much for being on. I wish you guys the very best in everything. Don't be strangers, folks. Available right now. Ship it out. We'll ship it out instantly. Blood Valkyrie in Vegas for all your gory needs. This is an unbelievably gross and beautiful, sexy comic with a 2-page orgy spread, but don't tell anybody.
That's the sell.
Order right now, and you will get the new Fugitive Poem sticker, which was designed by Evan Knapp, our friend Evan Knapp, with James Line's original artwork, the ICU painting. And see, the thing even wants it. Let me hand it to you. And we've got the Containment Breach series there. Stripper Clip Sally is coming. James is working on some beautiful artwork for it right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming, including in a month, Dirty Living #6, the end of the first arc, and it is madness. Ryan Santos has been just shredding the pages. Imagine if The Living Dead returning is not the worst thing on your plate, because all kinds of other hell is falling apart in Boston, and you're the one cop fighting against it. Dirty Living by Stephen Betcha and Ryan Santos. Right now, you could literally, in about 30 seconds, be reading all 5 issues on fugitivepoems.com. Life on Saturn, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Christian De Matteo, co-founder of Fugitive Poems. James is working on as we speak. Stripper Clip Sally. This has been The Art Will Not Be Changing. We are Fugitive Poems, and we make comics.